Hey guys, welcome. This is my first Wi-Fi draft and my first video on this channel, so we'll see how we go. I've joined into the BBR Summer Scramble, and yeah, I'm really excited to take part in this. It has a lot of different content creators. There's a lot of them, maybe not as known as others, but they're trying to get their faces into the game, and I'm pretty similar with that, trying to get my face out there, trying to get good at this, I guess. Um, More of the well-known creators in this tour are OG Albina, Jesse, Grandmaster D-Ray, and also yeah, shout out to Grandmaster and all the Eggmons, as it was such a dream come true for me to be a part of something like this. Also, a big thank you to everyone that's helped me out so far with the draft. I couldn't have done it without you, and yeah, thank you. This is a tour. Essentially, we go into like pools of four, and we battle it out. And the top two that come out end up going into battle pools later on. And yeah, it thins out until you get one person left, obviously, and that'll be the winner, the one that's gonna be crowned the champion of BBR Summer Scramble. Yeah, well, without further ado, I guess let's get into it. So for my first pick, I wanted to pick a mon that I haven't actually used yet, even though it's been out for a while. It's newer to this generation. It is a really good mon, and I wanted to start off with it because not only is it a ground type, so I immediately get a ground type. Yeah, it's just a really good mon, and it was still there. I was the third pick into the draft, so yeah, so I got Great Tusk. Great Tusk is an amazing one, especially with its 131 attack, 131 defense, 115 HP. It's really good. Obviously, its special side isn't that good, but that's fine because its physical side is amazing. Its speed is 87, which isn't terrible. It's very viable with its speed because it can run booster energy sets. It can also use moves such as Earthquake, Headlong Rush, Close Combat, pretty good moves. It can run bulk up sets. I can run Torn if I wanted to. It gets Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards. It even gets Play Rough, which I actually just learning now. To be honest, I didn't know it got Play Off, but that's pretty good. It gets Knockoff, which is also it's always helpful to have Knockoff. To be able to get rid of items is an amazing thing. It also gets Raw, which I didn't know. Probably not that useful, but I mean, you never know when it comes to the draft. I could use it one game. Yeah, it's got a lot of good moves. It's got access to Ice Spinner, which is really good, especially with Brillaboom getting Grassy Glide back, meaning it's more viable with grassy terrain, and it's Pin Billy Grassy Surge. So Ice Spinner is definitely like, I feel like it's sort of needed because when you go up against a team that has Brillaboom, there's no real way to stop terrain. So yeah, Ice Spinner is definitely really good. Yeah, it's Iron Head. It's honestly a really solid physical attacker with some really good physical bulk, and I'm really happy I drafted this one. So anyways, moving on to the next one. Now the next one was a mon that I've actually never used as well, and I've always looked at this one and I've always loved it, and I've never like used it because I never knew how to use it. But we're gonna give it a go. It's Jirachi, and it is also actually my Terra Captain. Now I didn't explain this before, but so how the Terra rules work is you're allowed to have one Terra Captain out of the 8 Pokemon you draft, and it can be any type. You don't have to say a specific type that you have to stick with, but the one rule is that you have to say the type before you go into the game to your opponent. So for example, if I pick grass type, Terra type on Jirachi, then I have to say that to my opponent before I go into the battle. It's Terra preview basically, so yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Jirachi, I can use a lot of different Terras on this mon. Yeah, it's a really good mon. I really like it. And I can run Doom Desire, Dazzling Gleam. I can run physical sets. I can run special sets. It's got that base 100 all the way through. So yeah, can definitely run many sets with this. Endless amounts of fun with this because that's what I'm trying to do. Have fun. It's the main thing. And yeah, I'm really looking forward. It also gets rocks, and now I've got 2 rock users straight away. Yeah, it took a while for me to, also took a while to get back to my turn, and I, yeah, managed to get Jirachi, it was still around. And yeah, it covered Great Tusk's weaknesses nice. I really liked it. It's gonna be good. It'll be fun. Gets U-turns for some momentum. Thunder Wave Ironhead can work as well with Serene Grace as its ability. It's really nice, yeah. Psychic, Steel type. Let's moving on to my next pick. So my next pick came pretty quick. Obviously, I wasn't the wheel. I was third. So my next pick, I had 4 picks before mine came back before it came back to me, and I was looking at my weaknesses, and I had a water weakness still, and I'm like, and I wanted another way of getting up. I wanted a way of getting up hazards that wasn't rocks. Wanted spikes, and this one was still around, and I'm like, this is an amazing one. Samurott Hisuian. So I've actually used this one before, and I really enjoyed it when I used it because you can just, I guess, spam Ceaseless Edge and get spikes up for free. Obviously not for free because you do run the risk of missing, which is very unfortunate if you do miss a lot. Which, fingers crossed, touch wood, I don't. See how we go. Yeah, it's a very viable one. I mean, I can some weeks run a special set, which I don't know if I will, but that'd be fun if I did because it's got base 100 special attack. Oh yeah, base 108 physical attack, so it's more of a physical attacking one because of its moves being Ceaseless Edge, Knockoff, Aqua Cutter, Aqua Jet. Yeah, it's got a lot of good physical moves. Base 85 speed, pretty good. So far, my fastest one is Jirachi at 100. So that's a bit of a problem because I'm not too slow. I'm there, but it's not fast enough to take care of. I'd like to be faster than a lot of the faster ones in this draft. Yeah, it's pretty good. I can run Assault Vest. Its defense isn't terrible. Its HP is pretty good at 90. It's not terrible either. It's good. And yeah, I think this is a really good one to use. It does a lot of things. Can get up spikes for free, and yeah, I'm gonna have fun doing this. So, moving on to my next one. Now, this one was not a one that I planned on getting, but then it came to my mind, and one of my mates recommended it to me and helped me out. This next one's actually Cinderace. Now, Cinderace, I've never actually used it before. I know it gets Court Change, which essentially just switches the rocks from one side of the field to the other, or any, like, for example, Light Screen, Reflect, Rocks, Stealth Rocks. I mean, that is Stealth Rocks, Spikes, Toxic Spike, like anything, yeah? It just flips it around. Flips the side, so if I had Stealth Rocks on my side, flips to the other side. If they had Stealth Rocks on their side, flips to my side. It's a pretty good move. Pretty solid. Base 119 speed. Now, this is a faster one than what I have drafted so far, which is good. At base 119, it can outspeed a lot of mons at base 100, which is nice. And yeah, it's definitely Scarf viable. I don't know if I will, but you can run Scarf on it. It's good. Its 116 attack is really solid. Its ability. Now, its ability is cool. It is Libre, which is the same as Protein. Protein, yeah, however you like to say it. Tomato. Basically, it changes its type depending on what move it uses, but it can only do it once per switch in. Yeah, once per switch in. So yeah, there's a lot of different things I can do with this. I can use Court Change, switch to a normal type. Block out all the ghost types. That's pretty cool. I can do that as well. Yeah, it's got a lot of good physical fire moves. Flame Charge to boost its speed. Flare Blitz. Obviously, there's recoil behind that. You got Gunk Shot. That's a poison move. You got Counter, which could be cool. Acrobatics is definitely a good one if I want to run a Berry 1 week or run Sash or Weakness Policy or something, and Acrobatics, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's there. It also sends me to a Flying type, which means I'm not weak to ground anymore. I'm actually immune, which could be a cool tech. High Jump Kick is pretty good. Low Kick is pretty good. Pyro Ball is probably its best fire move, which is its signature move. And yeah, with that 10% chance to burn, 90% accuracy, 120 power, it's pretty good. Sucker Punch for priority. Yeah, it's just a genuinely good mon with Will-O-Wisp, U-turn to switch out. It's good. I like it. It's like definitely something that's nice because now I got rapid spin and court change, meaning I got two ways of technically getting rid of like hazards. Obviously, rapid spin just gets rid of hazards. Court change just switches it from side to side, which is pretty good. That means I don't. Some weeks I might not even need to bring stealth rocks because I can just switch from my side to that side. Just got to be careful when doing it. Make sure I don't have ceaseless edge spikes set up because then I'll be switching them back to my side. Yeah, definitely. I really like this one and I look forward to using it. Move on to the next one. So this next one, it's a pretty good mon. It's actually really fast. Now I was looking for something. I know I got a lot of speed, as you can tell, but I was looking for something with not just speed, something to cover a lot of my weaknesses. As you can see, I was really weak to ground, which was a big problem. With two weaknesses to ground and nothing at all to cover it. So my next one's a flying type, and that flying type was actually in the thumbnail. It's Kilowattrel. Now, Kilowattrel is a pretty cool mon with base 125 speed, 105 special attack, pretty good. Its defenses are pretty bad, but it's fine. It's a pretty quick mon, so it's going to give off some quick thunder waves. And it can work really well with Jirachi, because it can give off some quick thunder waves. Then that means I don't need to be running Thunder Wave on Jirachi. I can just run Iron Head, Serene Grace, and I can go for those power flinches. And it's, yeah, obviously it's a luck-based thing, but it's definitely there, and it works. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's a pretty good mon. I really like it. It's got U-turn for momentum. It also has Volt Switch for momentum, but U-turn's good to have because a lot of ground types can just switch it on this, and this thing can't do anything. So U-turn's good for switching. Very good. I can run Choice Scarf if I wanted to outspeed some mons. I can run Choice Specs as well if I wanted to. Yeah, I really like this mon. Yeah, I guess we'll not stick around for too much longer. It's a pretty good one. So I'll move on to the next one. Next one is actually another electric type. And you're probably thinking, why? Well, I wanted something that could sort of deal with ground types, and it sounds weird. It's another electric type that can sort of deal with ground types. You probably already know what it is. It's Electrode, Hisuian Electrode, that is. With its grass type, it can sort of cover those ground types. I mean, it still has the electric typing, so it's not completely resisting, but it can sort of help. I really like this. It can also give off, like, it has static, so it can help with the paraflinches as well. It has soundproof, which can basically wall off a lot of mons, especially Scally Dirge with Torch Song. Yeah, it's definitely a really good mon. With Aftermath, it can do a lot of damage after dying. Its defense is not like its 70 base defense is not terrible, but it is terrible. Like I can obviously add a lot of EVs to that to help it out, which is nice. So I can do that if I wanted to. Can run a lot of sets with this. Obviously, yeah, Kilowattrel and Electrode are not my Terra captains. I was deciding between the two of them, and then I thought about it, and I wanted Jirachi. I wanted to have some fun. Yeah, I really like this mon, and yeah, let's move on. So this next mon is, I was like, I needed something to deal with Rapid Spin. I needed a Ghost type, so I went with this 8-point mon, Mimikyu. Now Mimikyu, I really like Mimikyu because I think Mimikyu is a really good Pokemon. 105 special defense, 96 speed, 80 defense, 90 attack. I can run a bulk up set. I'm pretty sure it gets bulk up. Yeah, it gets bulk up, yeah. I can run a bulk up set. Gets Destiny Bond. I can run... it's not a special attacker, it's a physical attacker. So I can run Drain Punch for recovery. Leech Life also for recovery. Depending on my matchup, I can run Play Rough for that physical fairy type move. Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak. It's got Swords Dance plus its ability to disguise. So I can get up a free Swords Dance and then they break my ability, and there I got a free Swords Dance up. Shadow Sneak for priority, which is really nice. Priority is always really nice, especially when dealing with speed. I mean, I got a pretty fast team now, but priority is always still really nice. And yeah, I'm really like Mimikyu. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Oh, also a fairy type. Pretty good. Especially with all the dragon types going around. Especially with Scale Shot going around now as well. Fairy types are really nice typing. Moving on to the next one. Now, this last one, I wanted Dunsparce, but I actually got sniped by OG Albina, which is fine. I did want Dunsparce because I'm pretty sure Dunsparce, if I check real quick, I wanted it. Yeah, it gets Serene Grace. It's another Serene Grace, which is nice. With Air Slash, I can get more power flinches off, which works well. But I wanted Dunsparce because it gets Glare, which means I can paralyze ground types. Like, basically, yeah, well, which I couldn't do before. But, yeah, it gets Glare, Air Slash, and that's why I wanted it. But, oh well. You get what you get and you don't get upset. So my next one is actually Wigglytuff. Now, I think Wigglytuff's a really good one. I've used it in the past. With 140 base HP, it can run a defensive or a special defensive set. You can choose. I know its defense and special defense is pretty terrible, but that doesn't stop you from being able to run those like sets. I can run Rocky Helmet on it if I wanted to. It gets Frisk to be able to like check for the opposing Pokemon's items. It also gets competitive. And yeah, it's another fairy type. It's a normal type to be immune to ghost types, which is nice. It's always good to have. Fairy type's really nice again because with Scale Shot going around, Baxcalibur getting Scale Shot. There's a lot of Komodos going around. And yeah, that's why Mimikyu is also nice because it sort of walls Komodo a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. It helps. And yeah, that's my team. That's my team right there, as you can see. It's pretty good, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with it. 2 competitive mons, meaning it's an anti-defog. I got a lot of paralyzing options there. Got a lot of Thunder Waves, Static. Also got 2 immunities to Electric, technically, because if I want to run Volt Absorb and Killer Wattrel, and then I got the Great Toss there. Honestly, overall, pretty solid team. I like Jirachi as a Terra Captain, because there's a lot of things I can do with it. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this team. This is my battle pool that I'm in. You got Ghost with Iron Valiant, Landorus, Mew, Sizzle, Rotom Heat, Cyclizar, Melodic, Bayonet. Pretty solid team. It's going to be pretty hard to go up against him. Iron Bundle comes up twice here, as you can see. I'm not looking forward to versing him. I don't have the best matchup against Iron Bundle. But yeah, I'm not really looking forward to versing Iron Bundle. Cinderace, yeah, I gotta verse another Cinderace. Same as me. That'll be fun. With a bunch of court changes. Yeah, Great Tusk, gotta verse him as well. Monkey Dory, I actually wanted one of the newer ones, but I didn't get to pick it because it just didn't suit my team, and I wasn't gonna go out of the way to get one if it didn't suit my team. And honestly, I don't really know how to use it. So I don't mind going up against it. I can get some experience against it. It'd be nice. Anyways, that's my team. Look out for more videos coming out in the future. I'll be posting soon for my battles. And yeah, thank you for sticking around if you did. Thanks for watching, and fingers crossed we can win it. See you guys in my next video.